Hi everyone, it's Deb from Deb's RV Services, and I'm here for another inspection. Today is a 2005 Itasca Horizon. So I am going to get started on looking at the outside. It's already warming up here in Arizona. The sun is bright, so I'm going to get busy before it gets too hot out there, and I will check back with you in a little bit to show you what I find. So first I'm going to give you a peek of the inside of the coach. Looks nice and neat. Good amount of kitchen space. Pretty cabinetry. Okay. Residential refrigerator here. And then we'll go on into the bathroom. There I am. There's the shower, glass doors. And here is where the toilet is. And this may be a washer and dryer. Yep, that's what that is. Okay. And then here is the bedroom. Okay, now the outside. Okay, here's the outside. Diesel pusher. Has 4 slides on it. 2 electric awnings, and then I think it was 2 or 3 manual awnings. Big generator up front. It's in a storage lot here, so I actually like that. It makes it easier for me. I have a lot of space to do my inspection. And I already had the owner demonstrate the slides for me. So, all right, I'm going to get busy. So looking along the sidewall, I can see that some of the sealant is cracking. You can see some cracks in the sealant. It's just age and wear. So it's always good to look along these areas and address those. And then the windows, same thing with an older unit. You can see the seal is starting to separate from the window, and we've got another one here and over here. So that's something that happens with age. Some more cracked sealant. You can see it right in here. You can get water in there, so you always want to try to take care of your sealant. You can just put a little bead of silicone across the top there. Just clean it up and, best you can, and put the silicone there. Silicone here in the with the slide outs along these areas. It's good to put that in there because a lot of times when you get like a rotted out slide, it's because water can get in here. Water can get in here. Look at these the sweeps here. They're not all the way out. So, yeah, and that's kind of seems like ripped, but I don't think it looks like it's ripped at the bottom. But I noticed some of the other slides are doing that too, not coming fully out. I'll have to look deeper underneath and see what's going on here. A little bit of rust on that screw. Okay, we're looking at the cargo areas. Let's see. A little bit of staining on the floor, but that's normal for age. All right, got that out. Stains there. Otherwise, Looks like a cargo area. You can see some chipped paint over there. Okay, we're looking at some deep cycle batteries, and I'm gonna just pop this off. You want to look and see how the water levels are. Okay, so it looks like some water could be added. I don't know if you can see in there, but you only use distilled water. But it needs to be maintained and checked regularly. And you just need to add, looks like there's a little bit more water that needs to be added. So I'm looking at the water heater, and I always check for this black sealant. It's a fire resistant sealant, and it's on here, but it's not on here good. So there's holes in that sealant. It's kind of surrounding this area here, but then over here, it's more sparse, and I see a hole in it right there. So I would want that to be redone. So I will note that. And then, okay, I'm underneath. So what I do is I go underneath and I check tires, and I also check for oil leaks or anything else underneath the RV. But notice how this is a different tire tread than this one. So they're two different tires. It took me a while to finally figure out how to get to the date. And this is good. It's a 2019 tire. It's got a different type of tread on it. I will make a note that it's a different tire. That's a 2021 tire, but sometimes I really have to maneuver myself. I use my handy flashlight again so that I could angle my light. Oops, sorry about that. It's not easy to record underneath. So yeah, I used my flashlight here and I angled it, and then I took a phone, and it was way back there, and I was able to capture a picture and get the date of the tire. So then I'm just kind of looking around here, making sure that nothing looks odd, weird leaks or cracks. Bolts are all fitting the way they're supposed to, and just kind of snapping a bunch of pictures. Okay, so I finished the tires. I went underneath. I looked at the slides. I looked in all the cargo areas. There's some sealant, that needs to be taken care of on the slides. Tires look good. Underneath looks good. Some of the slides have, the sweeps that don't fully extract. This one is, but some of them on the other side are not. So I'm making note of that. Trying to think. There's just some normal wear and tear on the paint. And one thing I noticed is this. I was supposed to have at least 30 amps. This is a 50 amp unit, and he said he was hooking up to 30 amp, but what I noticed was a dog bone to take it from a 50 to a 30 now down to a 120. So I just have a regular outlet that I'm working with for when I go on the inside, and it's really not good to run the air conditioner on that. I'll have to be careful, only run it for enough time to get my comparison of intake and outtake, and then that'll be it. But it's not what I like. It's not optimal to do an inspection with it, with not having the correct amount of voltage that I can use. So, but I'm going to get on the roof now and take a look. I wanted to point out that with these slides and these sweeps, you see up at the top, I'm going to try to focus it in. See that gap? Water could get in there. That's why it's important, those sweeps. They come out and they protect it against water intrusion. Well, look at this. The roof has been coated. So it's got one of those permanent coatings on it. Solar panel. Vents look good. The the awning toppers, the slide toppers that are on here, they're like awnings. And then what I want to do too is kind of take a look down here and look around here. I did test the horns. They work fantastically. So it looks like they just covered up that wire with the awning coating. I don't know if that's good or not. Guess you'd have to rip it apart, rip it right out of there and recoat it if you needed to remove it. So far it looks good to me. I'm going to keep looking. Okay, I finished with the outside. It doesn't look bad. It looks like normal wear and tear for its age. It's 2005, so you would expect to see, some chips in the paints, cracked sealant. Sometimes I see that a lot. The slides are something that you have to keep up with them. So, getting those taken care of and cleaned, free from debris and stuff like that helps them work like they're supposed to. So I'm going to take a look at the inside and I'll let you know what I find. So I'm cooling down the coach. I have the generator running so that I can run the air conditioner and not worry about blowing any circuits or anything like that. So here I'm going to flip you around. So I'm just taking a look in the bedroom area, and the lights are kind of dim in here. And so I like to use my flashlight so that I can kind of really get a good look at everything. And so I'm just going to be looking around and feeling the walls, making sure that I don't see any signs of water damage or feel any soft spots. And then I'm going to check these exit windows, make sure that they open. That's a life safety issue, so you want to make sure that that works properly. Oh, I want to show you something that I already found. Let's go back up front. So I saw this right away. So it looks like, to me, it looks like some kind of water damage, prior water damage. Maybe it ran down from the ceiling, and now they have that ceiling coated. So, I'm just going to note this, but it's puffed out right here. It's not soft, but it obviously, had some kind of water in there that sat and it caused it to expand. So that's something I noticed right away. And I'll see if there's any other signs of anything. I don't see anything up here. So there's no signs of any water but it could be behind this. See that this is a board. And so I don't know what it looks like behind there. Oh, and I wanted to let you know that I am running the air conditioner and I'm getting it nice and cool in here. I turned on the generator. I didn't even think about mentioning that earlier when I talked about that they were hooked to 120, but I am running the air on the generator and it is doing good. I'm at 13 volts still, so it's working pretty hard. The batteries were just okay on their own. So getting it nice and cool in here. Okay, so sometimes what I do when I'm inspecting things like the walls and the ceiling is I just kind of go around, I push, and I just, I kind of look back and take a peek. Now, see how right there, it's a little looser. So I just kind of go up there, and it's just that the carpeting is a little bit loose from the ceiling, but it's not soft. But I go over here and I kind of go up, and there's some give. So then I go to this side and I do the same thing just to compare. and it's not the same. So this is a lot stronger. So there's just some areas on this side that it felt like there could have maybe been something like some water and maybe a little bit of rot right there. But they coated that ceiling. I'm not sure what it looks like underneath there, and I can't pull the carpet away to tell. So all I can do is note that in my report. Some of these stains above the slide, a little bit of yellowing, you notice that? Those could be water stains. There could have been some kind of leak that happened around the slide, which wouldn't surprise me, because every so often I see a little bit of yellowing, like right in there. That kind of tells me there could have been some water leaking in here. Okay, same like slide, okay, where I showed you a little bit of give up on the ceiling, a little bit of staining. Now I come over here and I see this. See how the wallpaper is starting to give away? I really feel like there was definitely water in here. And then when I press, there's some give. And then down here, there's a lot of give. So I think there was definitely some water damage that happened. So I was looking at the propane detector, and not only is it out of date, but the ground is now hooked up. Like safety issue. Okay, so that concludes today's inspection for the 2005 Itasca Horizon. I created this footage a little while back, and so as I'm editing the video, I'm creating the conclusion now. So what did you think of the water stains and the softness that I found? That was pretty significant. And what I really love is being able to inform my clients of what I find, because this is something that would be a costly repair. And I don't know how much water damage or how much rot is actually in the walls or on the roof, but there's definitely something that happened there, and you really don't know until you dig into it. But my clients need to be prepared to fork out the money that it takes to repair something like that. So anyway, comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.